recording.
Okay.
Right.
So if you
Well,
could tell us, hello. If you could just tell everyone, one, what was you looking for? What was you searching for? And just tell us your story, like you explained to me at closing. Um, what probably what you were told by other people that maybe the programs didn't exist, but if you could share with everyone um, what you were searching for in the process of purchasing a home.
sure, sure. So I started the process around Q1 of this year, so 2022, and I was really just looking to purchase my first home within the Houston, Texas area. And I had heard about programs helping individuals or families get into homes, but I often heard that there were certain specifications that you'd need to fall under in order to purchase a home, or get any sort of a down payment assistance or reduction in price or something of that nature. So I said, well, I'll go ahead and just try to look anyways. And I knew that I was specifically looking for a home that I could live in and eventually rent out, for real estate portfolio purposes. So from there, I did a quick Google search and I searched for Houston real estate assistance programs. And so from there, a couple things popped up at the top of my search, and I scrolled a little bit further down, and I saw a zero down assistance program. I clicked on the page, and it was pretty straight to the point, explained a little bit about the program and just general information. But when I clicked on that page, I saw a real estate name, and which was Franz, who helped me purchase the home, but I didn't see any sort of ramifications, qualifications. So I said, well, that's good, too good to be true. So I followed up with a call to Franz, and from there he answered, and he was able to answer all of my questions immediately, and told me that there were no specific qualifications. I just needed to be able to show proof of income, credit score, but really all the general things that you typically would need to purchase a home. So from there, I kind of just started working with him. We talked a couple of times before I signed on with him, just so I could get more information and feel comfortable with the process. But that was really the intro to the journey in purchasing the home.
Did you actually watch the 2 minute case study video?
No, I didn't.
Right. And so that's okay. I'm just asking questions. And then did you talk to anyone prior, maybe any other lenders or anybody in the industry that may have said that you didn't qualify because of the income that you make?
When I spoke to other realtors in the past, in the Texas, just the general state of Texas, they did let me know that there were down payment assistance programs, but I kind of had heard in the past about different programs and even programs that helped real estate investors purchase homes, such as FHA or the VA loan and all of those other kind of loans. I knew that there were certain ramifications, so I didn't necessarily think that I would fall under any of those categories to qualify me. Um, but I'd say no prior realtor before talking to Franz uh, ever explained to me about the zero down program at all. So, yeah.
Okay. This is great information. A lot of consumers, what we find out, Richard, that you've met, we probably talk to about 7,000 to 8,000 inquiries a year, right? And next year we're working on doubling that. And so we hear the complaints of what people have been told um, about the process. And we decided years ago that we would just focus on the different banks that offer the program, and we would tailor it to your situation based off credit score, based off income, what your goals are, what you're trying to do. We've figured out because we get so many calls and so many inquiries each day. We figured out years ago that would be the best approach for the client, finding out what their needs are and matching them up with a bank that offers a product for that family. So one of the biggest things is, thank God you found us, right?
Right.
Because we get calls every day that people were told that they don't qualify for the program because of the income, because of the income they make, and so they end up putting 3%, 5%, 10%, and a lot of them are putting 20% down um, to avoid. They're only doing that to avoid PMI or mortgage insurance. Um, what During the process, we don't mention names of banks on the. We just don't do that because one, they don't pay for anything for us, so we're not giving them free advertising. That's the reason why we don't do that. What You come from a family of uh, real estate, and you're from what state again?
I'm from Illinois, specifically the Chicagoland area, and
Okay.
family has been in the real estate industry going on 3 generations now. So I did have a little bit of intro into this, real estate world, and I knew about programs out there. But even still, with years of knowledge from others and being around the industry, had never heard of this program. Typically, what you hear of would be uh, like I mentioned, FHA or some sort of state specific program, but you still had to put down a certain amount of money and you'd still be subject to PMI and things of that nature. So but yeah, never had heard of the zero down program.
Okay. And so with that, do you mind telling the viewers that what was your total cost out of pocket buying your house, utilizing the programs?
So my total cost was zero. Went to closing, did not need to bring a check. Had the ability to actually, I put money down for escrow, but I actually will be receiving that refund back. So everything is wrapped up on in the loan, and did not have to come to the closing with anything. Just brought myself.
Right. So you end up getting your earnest money back.
Yes, sorry, earnest money. Yes,
Your earnest money back. No, that's fine. It's fine. And your earnest money. So only cost out of pocket. Did you get an inspection done on the house?
yes, I did get an inspection on the house. Yeah, so that was out of pocket cost. Yeah,
Okay. So you
What was the cost of the inspection?
inspection was 350.
Okay, not bad.
so
Yeah, this is a good price.
so one of our goals, I don't know if you know this, is that if we can help a family buy a house less than it would cost you to rent a house, because renting a house usually it's the first month rent and a deposit. So in your case, it probably would have been somewhere around, I don't know, $5,000.
Right.
So if we help somebody can move in less than what it costs them to rent a house, it's like why not buy a house versus renting a house? That concept, most people, it's hard for them to, and I don't know if it's hard for you now. When you walk into your house every day knowing that you own this house for $350, is how does that feel to you?
Yeah, it's definitely something that prior to this year I had never thought of. I actually had a down payment savings fund that I was saving towards my first property. So it's definitely been a help. And then also with saving so much money, or only putting down 350 for the inspection, that gives me more capital to save and put towards taxes on the home in the future, or have a just a general savings fund towards the house in case of any incidentals and things like that. Whereas if I had to put down 3 to 20% or more, I would be still, trying to recoup those costs.
Okay. And then are you um would you like to share with the viewers what industry you're in and things like that?
Yes, so I work in the tech industry. Been in the industry about 3 or so, going on 4 years, and so that's also been a great avenue in learning more about real estate and being able to put the money that I do make back into my own kind of safety net, if you will, purchasing homes and exploring different avenues of real estate.
Right. And then I don't know if we discussed or friends discussed with you that um you can always rinse and repeat is what we call. You could do
Yeah,
this process for the rest of your life. Like this is not just a one-time thing. Um, this is a strategy that we use that you can get a second house doing, right?
exactly.
Possibly do a third house um, doing it. But there's other strategies of doing that without using your funds. You can keep your money, but like you said, for reserves or for emergency, or you can use those funds to make money with that money, right?
Exactly.
Um, and so I don't want to put you on the spot. If you're okay, if you want to tell everybody your age, if you like, if you buying your first house, and if you're comfortable with that, I'm not putting you on the spot.
Sure. Yeah. I actually will be 25 in a week. So I was 24 when I went to closing. So yeah, was able to do this in a lot shorter time than I would have thought originally. So yeah, 24 exactly at the time of closing.
That's
Well,
awesome.
congratulations at
Yeah,
24 years old
congratulations.
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
purchasing your first house. And I'm sure by the time other people see this, right, or find out about this, you'll probably be on your second or possibly your third house, probably before you even hit 30. And you'd be surprised that a lot of people are out there have no idea that they're ready, just like you, right? Thinking they have to save a lot of money. But how much money did you think you had to save to purchase a house? That would be the next question.
That's a good question. I think my goal was about 30 or 40K. just in savings towards the down payment, plus any extra funds that if incidental comes up.
Wow. So 30 or 40,000. And you were thinking, did you think that was enough, or do you think you needed more?
I knew I was going to need. I thought at the time that I would definitely need more, but that was my goal in saving. Yeah, so that it probably would have taken me a few extra years to do that.
So were you looking to put 10% down, or what goal was you trying to reach? Was you trying to do the 20%, or was you trying to do 10%? What was your goal?
So when I originally started, my goal was to purchase a multifamily. So that's why the down payment would be so high. It would still be that 3%, but I knew depending on what city and state I purchased in, which I really just wanted to get a property. It didn't have to be a multifamily. That was my goal. And then the city and location in the state didn't need to be any specific place. It was just when I was ready, I was going to have the funds to make that down payment. So I was looking to use the FHA loan to start. And so that's why the 3% came in, plus having 36 months worth of mortgage payments saved up as well. So that would be wrapped in that 30 to 40K as well. But then when I learned about the zero down program, I said, okay, this is going to be, the realtor explained it needed to be a single family home. But I said, this is still a great opportunity because, like you said, $350 for an inspection, going to closing with nothing in hand, and getting a single family home that you could still eventually rent out. And especially when I was searching for the area, I was looking for a specific set of criteria to purchase in, and to be able to get a new build home on top of that was kind of just the icing on the cake. So I said, I'll take this avenue instead. Less out of pocket with larger return. It's no brainer.
Mhm. Awesome,
So
awesome. Any questions, Richard?
I just wanted to say I applaud you as a young person for doing the research and not listening to people that would tell you that that you didn't qualify. So because I hear that stuff all the time. I talk to lenders, I talk to realtors, and I was telling Jerome, I was on a call with a realtor client last week. She's got one lender that she works with, and so if a client fits in to the program that the lender that the single lender that she works with, then she can help them get into a house. But that's one of the things that I see kind of from the marketing side. A lot of realtors, they pick one lender, they work with one lender, and if you come to that whether it's a broker or real estate agent, and you fit the program that they have, then you're going to be able, you'll be able to close on a house. But man, there are so many options, and it's been a fun journey, to do this with Jerome, and see how he's able to kind of craft and put different solutions together for home buyers. But amazing to hear that you went to your closing at 24. And I second. I've got a daughter that's a year older than you are. Just recently got married, and her and my son-in-law, they're looking to do the multifamily route. So so I'm going to share this. I'm going to share this with my daughter later tonight. But I agree. I think probably before you're 30, you're going to have a couple more properties in your portfolio. So
That's the goal.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for your time, and